Hello and welcome to the course on C Programming Learn to Code series. This is the 35th lecture of Unit 2, and in this lecture we will understand how to write expressions in C. First of all, let us understand what do you mean by an expression. An expression is a combination of variables, constant and operators. For an example, if you write something like this, let's say C is equal to A plus B, then here we can say C is equal to A plus B is an expression. Now, is there any separate rule we are going to follow for writing this expression using C? Yes. So we are going to follow some separate rules while we are writing C programming, or when we are writing an expression in C programming language. So I have collected some of the expressions that is represented in algebraic form and how it will be represented in C programming, which is shown in this particular table. So you can notice here we have taken first expression, that is A into B minus C. So here this multiplication symbol is exactly not present in your keyboard. So in C, while you are writing this expression, then you need to specify the star symbol over here. Obviously this star symbol is used for your multiplication. Okay, so this symbol you need to write while you are writing this expression in C programming language. Similarly, here you can also notice in the second expression I have written m plus n inside bracket multiplied by x plus y inside bracket. But it is understood that there is a multiplication present in between these two brackets. But while you are writing this thing in your C programming language, you need to provide this star up symbol in between these brackets so that the compiler will understand that after addition of these two operations, he need to multiply the result. Similarly, in the next expression that I have written over here, that is A, B divided by C, there is no symbol present in between A and B, and we understand that this is a multiplication, A into B, but in C programming you need to specify that. So that's why you should write A into B divided by C. The next expression that I have selected is 3x square plus 2x plus 1. In this expression, that is a square operation has been done, that is x square over here. So this can be written in C programming something like this, 3 into x into x. And the remaining thing, that is 2x, must be written as 2 multiplied by x plus 1. So finally I have taken another expression, that is x divided by y plus c. This symbol cannot be in this way it cannot be possible to write in C programming language. That's why the division symbol which is used by your C programming language is your forward slash. Then you need to use this forward slash, that is x divided by y plus c, something like this. So this is the way you are going to write all the expressions or all the algebraic expressions in C expression. Well, so continuing the discussion, let us understand how to evaluate an expression. So whenever an expression is evaluated by your C programming language, it will be evaluated using the assignment statements in the following form. So generally, an expression is written in the following form, that is your variable, then your expression. So let me take an example over here. Suppose I want to write C is equal to 2 into 3 plus 6. So this is an expression. So in this expression, what you can see is in the left side of this equal to operator, there is a variable called C, and the right side of this equal to symbol will be the continuous value, or we can say the expression exactly. Okay. So this C is nothing but that is the valid C variable name. Okay. Finally, when the statement is encountered, the expression is evaluated first, then replaces the previous value of the variable on the left hand side. So what does it mean? It means after executing these expressions, that means the rightmost part will be executed first, that is 2 into 3, that will be 6 plus 6, that is 12, and this 12 need to be replaced in C. And remember that if C contains a previously if C contains any value, let's say suppose C has a value 10, then this must be replaced with this new value, that is 12. Okay, so that thing I have written over here. So I have written replaces the previous value of the variable on the left hand side. Okay. Next point that I want to discuss here is all variable used in the expression must be assigned a value before evaluation is attempted. For an example, suppose you have chosen an expression something like this, C is equal to A plus B. Now, while the compiler encountered this line, he want to execute this expression part, that is A plus B. Then without knowing the value of A and B, how could it will be executed? So that's why it is it is mandatory that you should assign some value before this line is encountered by your compiler. So that is the thing that I have written over here. So that means the previous line must be a is equal to maybe any value. I am just using 5, let's say. B is equal to 6. So by doing this, what I'm helping the compiler, I'm helping the compiler that a and b has some value. So just perform the addition operation and try to store the data in C. So it is written all variables and expression must be assigned values before evaluation is attempted. Right. So the next statement that the final statement that we are going to consider over here is only one variable on the left hand side of equal to can be written. That is, the expression x is equal to k into I is legal, but k into I is equal to x is illegal. So why? Because we can write something like this. We can write x is equal to a plus b. That means the expression will be evaluated and the result will be stored over here. But if you write something like this, a plus b is equal to x, then where the x value will be assigned? So always the right value is assigned to the left value. That's why whenever you are writing this expression something like this, then you have to be careful about all these things. Generally what we call this left value, that is x, is called generally L value. Okay, and this right side value of an equal to symbol is generally called R value. So here L specifies the left and R specifies the right. You cannot alter these positions. Okay, if you write something, the expression something like this, then you might have seen the error something like L value required. So what does it mean? L value required means your left side value is not a variable, it is an expression. So you need to taken care of all these things while you are writing an expression in C programming. Sorry. Now let us understand the precedence and associativity. First of all, let us understand about precedence. So what do you mean by precedence? Expression has many operators. We know because every expression contains many operators. Then how to decide which operator executes first? So that is what is the concept called precedence. For an example, if you see here, in this expression there are several operators and several operands, and many of the operands have means we need to decide which operation we need to perform first. Okay, so in algebra we know that the star operator or the multiplication operator and divide operator has higher precedence than your plus or minus operator. That's why you need to perform the star operator or divide operator before operating on plus and minus. That rule we know. So that is actually called your precedence. Okay, so precedence will be used while you are writing an expression and there will be contain multiple operators. But it does not mean that precedence sometimes the precedence are similar to each other. For an example, suppose in this particular expression 7 plus 3 minus 4, here plus and minus have same precedence, then which one need to be executed? So that will be decided by your associativity rule. Okay, so associativity is showing either the expression will be evaluated from left to right or right to left. For this case, as these are the arithmetic expression, the execution will be done from left to right. Okay, in C programming I am telling about. So in C programming, whenever the expressions are the operators have the same precedence, then you need to execute it from left to right. So here first 7 plus 3 will be happening, so that means you will get 10, then you have to subtract the value 4 from it, then you will get a 6 over here. So this is how the expression gets executed. But assume this situation. Suppose you want to write something like this. Let's say a is equal to 5, b is equal to 6 and c is equal to 7. I have written this one line, then I have written c is equal to a is equal to b. So in this case what will happen? The execution must be from right to left. Why it is right to left? That is called right to left execution will be done over here. Okay, then only we can execute this expression. Okay, so that is called your associativity. That means b value is assigned to a. So what is the value of b? So b value is 6, so a is having 6, then this 6 will be assigned to c, then c is now 6. So after executing this line, a, b and c all are 6, 6 and 6. Okay, so this is called the associativity, means you can execute it from left to right or from right to left. So after this, let us discuss some of the rules for evaluating an expression. So the rules are something like this. First, the parenthesized sub expression left to right are evaluated. That means if your expression contains something let's say 2 plus 3 into 4 divided by 2 plus 3. Okay, suppose this is the expression that I have given, c is equal to something like this. Then what will happen? First the parenthesized sub expressions are executed. So in this particular case, first 2 plus 3 will be executed, then according to the precedence other operations will be done. So after executing this, what you will get? 5 into 4 divided by 2 plus 3. Now you can see star and your divide operator has higher precedence than plus, so this need to be executed first. But among these two variable, or sorry, among these two operator, both are having same precedence. That means we will follow the precedence rule, sorry, associativity rule, that is your left to right associativity. So if you will follow the left to right associativity, then the first expression, that is 5 into 4, will be occurred. So 5 into 4 becomes your 20 divided by 2 plus 3, which is nothing but, and now there are two operators are left. So first of all 20 divided by 2 will be happening. So 10 plus 3, which is equal to 13. So this is how the expressions gets executed. Now the next point is, if parentheses are nested, the evaluation begin with the innermost sub expression. For an example, suppose you will have expression something like this: 2 plus 3 into 4 divided by 2 into 3 plus 6. Okay, let's say I am giving a parenthesis over here, 2 plus 3, then again another parenthesis over here, then again we are putting a parenthesis over here. That means according to this statement, the inner parenthesis will be executed first. So 3 cross 4 is a inner parenthesis, and 2 cross 3 is also present in the inner parenthesis. Both have same precedence. So according to the associativity rule, it should be executed from left to right. So that's why 3 into 4 will be executed first. So that means you will get 3 plus 12 divided by 2 cross 3 plus 6, something like this. Okay. After that, this is the inner parenthesis left, so you need to perform this inner parenthesis expression. So what you will get? 2 plus 12 divided by 6 plus 6. Okay, now you will get three operators, that is that is plus, then divide, then your plus. Then among these three operator, divide has the higher precedence, so you have to perform the divide operation first. So 2 plus 2 plus 6, this you will get. After that, plus operator has same precedence. So according to the associativity rule, it should be executed from left to right. So what you will get? First, this operation will be performed, 2 plus 2, that means 4 plus 6. Then finally, you will get a 10 for this particular expression. So C value becomes 10. Now, the third point, the precedence rule is applied in determining the order of application of the operator in evaluating sub-expression. Okay, so precedence rule that I have already explained. So that should be a precedence rule you have to follow for executing these expressions. And finally, the associativity rule will be applied when two or more operators have same precedence. So we talked about this whenever we are evaluating this particular expression. So I think you understand this point also. Finally, arithmetic expressions are evaluated from left to right using rules of precedence. When parentheses are used, the expression within parentheses assumes higher priority. So these things we have already discussed, and we have solved some one or two expressions also. So I hope you understand all these things. Now I am using the table that will showing you what is the precedence and associativity rule. For an example, here all these operators having same precedence, okay, but their associativity rule is left to right. If these operators will be available in a single expression, then you need to execute from left to right, and it has the highest precedence as compared to any other operator. So this is the highest precedence, that is bracket your member selection via object. So this is representing member selection. This is your member selection via pointer. If you remember, we talked about this during the operator class. Then this plus plus is called your unary post increment, and minus minus your unary post decrement. So this is having the highest precedence as compared to any other operator. Then the next set of operator here from this line to this line will have the second precedence, and this is also the associativity is from right to left. So that means whenever you get these values in an expression and they are having same precedence, so that means you have used unary pre-increment and unary pre-decrement in a single expression, then you need to execute it from right to left. Well, so this is actually unary plus and unary minus. Don't be confused with your binary plus and binary minus. So this is your unary logical negation operation. This is your unary bitwise complement. So I know you all knows all these operators because we have discussed all these operator in the operator classes. Finally, this is the third precedence, this is having fourth precedence, this is fifth precedence, this is sixth precedence. Okay, after every line the precedence are in a decreased manner, so one having higher precedence. So this multiplication, division, modulus are executed, everything is associativity from left to right, and these are the precedence of these operators. Finally, this table also, so where we are in 6, so this will be 7, this is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, then all these are 14, and finally this is your 15. This is having the lowest precedence, the comma operator is having the lowest precedence among all the operators. So whenever you need the precedence, you can directly watch this video and go to the last 3 slides. You will get everything about precedence and your associativity rule. So that's all for the today's class. Hope you understand everything that I have explained today. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.